Welcome to Skip versus Ernestine. This is round 57. I'm Skip. She's the star of this show.
You're a copycat. I was going to wear my baseball cap today, and then you said, oh, I'll wear my baseball cap.
Yeah. And by the way, back by popular demand, somewhere over on the couch is...
We have Hazel, the real Hazel.
She's there. She's sleeping at this moment.
Sleeping on her blanket, so she likes it. So she's okay.
She likes it there, and she's very happy. She's
her
here
quiet.
in sort of spirit only.
She'll rear her head at some point.
There's nothing out there like the show.
No.
Anywhere. We're about to get at it over movies and pop culture and politics and marital issues. Here we go. We open with a few comments from Instagram. This is at Robbie, ROBBEYT 23. Skip clearly outkicked his coverage by 50 yards. If you don't know football, that's a term for I married way up the ladder, that she's way, way, way better than I am.
Thank you.
She's a little better. I'll give her a little.
A lot better. Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah, way to go, Robbie. This is at Judge 6J, who says, she's your better half, Skip.
Oh.
I always
Depends
told
on the
you
day.
You're 1A.
Oh, yeah, 1A, 1B. I know the whole story. You're
1B.
1C.
She is my better half.
We did live in 22C.
Yeah, this is from, we did once upon a time in New York City. This is from YouTube, at David-X94. Need a Skip action figure.
Oh, that's all we
Complete
need.
with Diet Mountain Dew. Cowboys ball cap. I got that.
No, please.
Blue pen. I got that.
Oh, boy.
Make it happen, Mattel.
Oh, please. He's
Thank you,
jealous
David.
because Francesca had me made as a
her
doll.
best
We
friend,
showed it last week.
Okay.
Even though it didn't look exactly like me, but it was the...
I'm a living action figure. I don't need
please,
a toy.
Please,
I'm
Rambo.
the real deal.
Number
This is
8.
at Josh Brooklyn 2485, who says, being a lifelong Cowboys fan, I wish Skip was my next door neighbor. The chats across the yards we'd have about our beloved boys. That is true. And the other day we took Hazel to the mall, Century City Mall, not too far from us, and it's just a parade of dogs and people on Saturday, and a group of people came up, and the guys were big fans. So was the woman.
Yeah,
who was
I
my
remember.
LeBron
I know,
takes.
I took Hazel away.
She took Hazel away because
flip out.
just psychs out. She just
Yeah,
goes
she flips.
complete psycho.
Well,
But
that was so nice.
they
were
only
nice
wanted
people.
to talk, the guys wanted to talk Cowboys. And I'm
Cowboys.
like, we're in LA, and all they wanted to talk was Cowboys. They're everywhere. It's incredible to me. And we would.
It's like a
I don't know
cult.
if I'd want to live in Brooklyn. I'd probably be okay with
they live in Brooklyn?
Yeah. Well, it's
Josh
Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn. I
know.
thought you meant the people we met.
No.
Oh,
no,
they
live
live
out
out
here.
here somewhere. I love Brooklyn. My friend Richard lives in Williamsburg.
I know.
Go Brooklyn.
We went last year, and I did an appearance for Barstool.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
That's cool.
Incredible. I'd never gone across
Love
the
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Bridge before, and I'd lived in New York for 15 years. Incredible.
Well, there you
First question comes from Dominique in Miami, as in Florida, not Oklahoma.
I love Miami.
Dominique says, Skip, I saw your thoughtful tweet about Catherine O'Hara and the final scene in Home Alone. Such an iconic film moment. That tweet got me thinking, what is the greatest scene in movie history? And by the way, my tweet read, R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. When she finally gets home in Home Alone and hugs her left behind son, ... So iconic, such an iconic film moment. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing here. I'll get
It's
right. I was
okay.
reading her question.
That's okay.
So iconically touching was my tweet.
Yeah.
She will be missed. So we started thinking about
That was the
iconic
that was
scenes,
incredible.
and
That scene
and
makes
we
you
went
just
on
cry.
and on. You're getting calls as usual. You turn off your phone.
It's okay. Yes.
Somebody's always calling her. It's either
It's actually,
a sister or Francesca.
They're delivering something.
Oh, they're
at the door,
delivering
but,
something at the
yeah.
door.
Oh, Hazel
No,
has
no,
now
Hazel.
appeared.
Hazel,
Here's
look, there's
Hazel.
She makes a big appearance.
Hazel's
Hi,
here.
How are you?
Hazel's here.
Hi.
Okay.
She's got her little feathers on.
Hello, Hazel.
Good
Okay.
girl.
Okay, Hazel. Sit down. Go sit down. We're back together. The band is back together. Anyway, that to me.
Okay, every time I watch Home Alone, usually just before Christmas,
Yeah.
when it gets to that moment, the rest of the movie, it's funny and, you know, but we kind of fast forward sometimes to just the wet bandit craziness, right?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's just great classic shtick.
And the scene with the
Skits.
older man always makes me cry.
That
can't
gets her.
watch
That doesn't get me.
Right.
But when Catherine O'Hara as the mom, we've already seen how hard she was on Kevin early, and he deserved it, and he was acting out in something he didn't deserve,
Right.
bullied by his brother, but he gets left behind. And when she fights all the way back, having ridden all night
With John Candy.
with a bunch of polka band singer, you know, he's the singer in this polka band, and they're in the back of some weird van. In
Right.
real life, that would be a dangerous thing to try to do, probably, but she did it, and she gets home in the ice and snow, and
She
she
wants to
walks
get
in the
home.
door, and I read somewhere where they actually messed up the scene, just like the way I just messed up the
Yeah.
tweet, and she just goes extemporaneous with Kevin. And that mother-child reunion after all they've both been through, it just every time I watch it, it brings tears to my eyes. I wasn't that close to my mom, but I wish I had been, and it just nails it, where you can only, she's gonna jump down
It's
here.
okay. She's going to sit down. Go ahead.
Okay,
Sit down.
that's a good girl. Still acting up, she's going back in the doghouse.
But I read that she had a home alone, real
Oh,
life
yeah, she
experience with her
did.
husband, and they
Yeah.
took the two kids to New York, and they were on the subway, and the subway doors closed, and the two boys were on the other side of the door, and she started screaming like she did in Home Alone, that type of screaming, and everyone on the subway train started screaming with her until the conductor opened the doors and got her two little boys on.
Yeah.
So and everybody
So,
loved her. and
we
she
both
seemed to
vote
be-
for that scene, but obviously there are about 5 scenes in Casablanca which we both love, but they're just iconic and they worked. And I had her watch a little video. They're all over the internet, but this was 21 facts you didn't know about Casablanca. And okay, Hazel, you gotta calm down. That's good.
Very
She
happy.
loves her mom.
She's very happy.
That's a good girl. But the point about Casablanca is that I don't know how it got made, and it became, most people would give it a top 5
Yeah.
all time.
Definitely.
And it's made during World War II, like kind of at the height of World War II, and they're making it up on the fly. They're rewriting the script or writing the script the night before each
Daily,
scene,
yeah.
and they shot it in sequence, which nobody shoots in sequence. It was the rare movie that was shot from beginning to end, and they're rewriting
The
the
actors
script.
didn't know who they were
And
going
they
to
didn't,
end up
and
with.
nobody knew who was going to go where. And I think there was a law at that point that on screen you couldn't have a woman leave her husband within the
For another
movie
man?
for another man.
Wow.
And so by law, Ingrid Bergman
Yeah.
had to stay with, now I'm going into the characters, Victor
Yeah.
Laszlo was her husband.
Humphrey Bogart.
No,
I mean,
Victor,
with, yeah,
that's, she was going to have to
They
stay
have
with
to
him.
leave him for Humphrey Bogart.
But then the final fact about Casablanca is that they shot the last scene. He and Louis, the sort of superintendent of the local police in Casablanca, they're walking into the fog, sort of across the vacant runway, and they'd shot it a different way with different lines, and they had to have Humphrey Bogart come back and redo the audio, but keep the video.
Crazy.
And they changed it, obviously, to Louis. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And it's kind of an upbeat last line that leaves you hopeful, even though
Even though it's sad.
he did
because
the
she
right
leaves
thing.
him.
He did the right thing for her, but not for him.
Right.
And they used the papers, and the fact checking points
Yeah.
out there were no papers at that time.
Yeah.
Whatever, but it sounds good. And they escape.
Right.
And they're going to Lisbon or wherever they are to get away. And it's an iconic walk-away scene. And if you'd asked me off the top of my head before I thought about Catherine O'Hara's passing, I would have said that would be the most iconic. But then I'm looking at lists of iconic, and every list has the psycho shower scene as iconic, and it's just
Well, it is iconic.
it's just pure horror. I mean, it's just the way it was shot, where you don't actually see the stabbing, Hazel's going in her little bed
know.
over there. That's weird. But the eek, eek, eek.
Yeah, I mean, that stays with you.
And
Definitely.
Hitchcock only shows the blood going down the train.
That stays.
And it just comes out of nowhere because she's just innocently in her hotel room taking a shower, and then Norman Bates
That is one
does
of
her in. But I guess it's, I can't even go iconic. It's memorable, right? It's
Yeah.
not beloved.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, of course, Sunset Boulevard, I'm ready for my close-up,
Yeah.
Mr. DeMille,
Those
is
are,
Norma Desmond.
everyone knows those
Yeah.
lines.
I hope maybe our younger viewers
No,
don't know
that's
those.
not-
And then there's
People know it of all age. If you love movies and you're
Then
into
there's-
any kind of
then there's
movie.
Network. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it
Right.
anymore. Howard. What was his
Can't
name?
remember his
Beale?
name, but yeah.
And then the opening scene of Jaws, which I loved. The first night I saw it, I was in West Palm Beach, Florida. This is dating myself, but I saw it the night it opened, and I came in on Monday morning, and my editor at the Miami Herald named Doug Clifton, who went on to great things, just came back to my desk, and we just stood talking about the opening scene and just how perfect it was.
That was.
That these kids are by the campfire, and they're kind of flirting with each
Yeah.
other, and then she
And they go
runs
to
into
take a
the
midnight
water, and
swim.
she takes her top off,
Yeah.
and she's going deeper and going
the
farther
water.
and farther out, and they're making
you
out,
hear the
and then
music.
do-do,
It's the music that
do-do.
gets you.
Yeah, here it comes, and
incredible.
she jerks once, and then she
Please.
goes
Don't
under. But that
reenact it.
okay, but that was iconic.
Yep.
And then I'll have what she's having,
Yeah.
right?
Harry Met Sally.
I met Sally, and wasn't it somebody's mom?
That was Estelle Reiner, who
Oh,
was
that's
the woman who sat
okay.
there.
There you go.
Carl
Yeah.
Reiner's wife and Rob
Carl-
Reiner's mom.
That's it. And then, of course, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn
Yeah,
is from Gone with the Wind, and
that is.
that works, right?
And also Annie Hall, La Di Da.
La-di-da. I don't know if there's one scene like that,
But La Di Da became.
yeah, that became a thing. The takeaway from that movie, and then a lot of lists put the entering Oz scene where everything blooms up, and it's just her arrival in Oz
Yeah.
from the tornado is classic. But listen,
I may have to put her in the other room, so you're going to have to vamp for
Oh,
2
she-
minutes because I think she needs to.
Hazel just went
See,
back
this
in the
is why-
doghouse.
Better
Which
Hazel
leads to our
goes back.
second question of the day, also about Catherine O'Hara. This is Alexa from Denver, Colorado, one of my favorite places. I was crushed seeing that Catherine O'Hara died, a comedic icon in my eyes. Ironic to that point. Her most iconic scene and movie is not comedy. It's drama. It's just a great story. Is Home Alone? It's comedy not involving Catherine O'Hara, involving the wet bandits and all the classic pratfall scenes, but she's not comedic in that. And yet the question is from Alexa is, what was your all-time favorite role of hers in movie or TV? And she did all the Christopher Guest movies. I loved For Your Consideration. We didn't get into Schitt's Creek, forgive us, but it was such a runaway
everybody
hit
tells me it's
during the
great.
pandemic.
Yeah.
She goes all the way back to Beetlejuice, and then you go all the way back to After Hours,
That's
which
my
was her
favorite movie.
first
I think that
breakout.
If people have not seen that movie, first it was Martin Scorsese who directs it, Griffin Dunn who stars in it,
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara is in it, Linda Fiorentino is in it. There's just Cheech and Chong are in it. It's one of the funniest, best movies ever made. Indie. It's just the coolest movie.
I saw it in the theater, and I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Oh,
I didn't
then you
love
should watch it
It's
again.
a little weird, but
it is, but
it's
that's
sort
the
of a
beauty
bizarre,
of it.
one long, crazy night
But
in New
also,
York City.
other people have knocked that concept off. So,
Yeah.
of course, Scorsese, the master, again, people knock you off.
But once again, she's a comedic actress who became best known for an iconic role that she played that was not comedic in Home Alone.
No.
She's just great as the mom,
It's great. It was good.
and the crazed mom. She's just great. So the other night, saw a video featuring my guy, Tom Brady. I always defended him as the GOAT, as a football player, way better than Patrick Mahomes ever thought about being. I fought on air for years and years on national TV, defending, supporting Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Part of our family, yes, I know.
This went on for years.
It has.
And now he's out in the real world.
Now he left our family.
He's trying to, he's trying to make his way in stage 2 of his life. And the truth is, he's struggling. He struggled as a commentator. I still don't like him as a Captain Obvious, lame, cliched commentator. And then he's running, basically, the Las Vegas Raiders as their primary decision maker, about to pick a new head coach, and they were 3-14. So his early decisions had been bad. And by the way, Michael Jordan went from being the runaway GOAT to trying to team build in Charlotte and became the worst general manager in the history of the NBA, and finally just had to give it up and check out. And he doesn't try that anymore. Okay. So then Tom, also off the field, Giselle went on and married her trainer, right? And so after their split, he's just sort of flailed around.
I don't know why he can't just...
I don't know. And he's dating, having something with the influencer, what's her name?
Alex Earl.
Why
I even have to know her name is
beyond me. I know, but you do.
And now then we had Kendall Jenner.
Okay, so this is, I just happened to see this the other night.
To the point,
Yeah, that Kendall Jenner is on Fallon, and Fallon brings up, this is obviously a planned bit, but Fallon brings up, hey, Super Bowl's coming up, who do you like? And she said, could I phone a friend? Like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And obviously it was completely set up, and he says, sure. And she said, so I'm going to take my phone out, and and she says, hey, how are you? And he says, hey, what's up? Like they're close, friends. Right? Like good friends. And she says, I'm here with Jimmy Fallon. Oh, really? And then she turns the phone around, and you can see it's Tom Brady. I think he's in his car, but he's all duded up, man. He's ready for
his
action.
Close-up.
Yeah, he's ready for his close-up, Mr. DeMille. And she says, hey, Tom, as if they're very close. And then it brings into question, well, how close are they? Because she's dated her share of athletes.
God, can't take this.
Right?
Yes.
Lately with Devin Booker.
Well, she was with Devin Booker. She was with Bad Bunny. She was with...
Bunny.
Go on and on and on. I can't remember. Was she with Harry Styles? One of them. I think maybe she was with Harry Styles.
But the point is, Tom's ready for action, and he goes into Seattle has an all-time great defense, and he breaks down the X's and O's, and then he starts on New England. All I cared about is, what does he really think of his ex-team?
Right. With
a quarterback who should have won MVP this year. Does he feel threatened by the rise, the sudden out-of-nowhere rise of this team? And she just cut him off as soon as he starts into, New England's a great story. Thanks, Tom, because they wanted to get back to, which one is it, Tonight Show? No,
Late Night,
yeah. And they want to get back to the variety show, and they don't want Tom going on and on about X's and O's.
Why is he even doing this?
Okay, thank you, Tom. And he's out, so it was a funny bit, and fine. But here we go again. So he's tight with Kendall Jenner, and
he's just like, why doesn't he just like stop it all and just, I don't know, just get with the program of
he's
moving on.
48, she's 30-ish, right? 30?
Yeah.
So I don't know, is he dating her? Are they just
he's
friends?
Not dating
I don't
her.
know.
I don't think
I have
she
no
would
idea.
even date him. But
Just
why
weird.
Can't he just move on?
He can't
to
seem to
being
find
normal?
his way. And
just find another girl and go out with
the company I used to work for, Fox, they're paying him $300 million over 10 years to be their lead analyst. And I'll give you, he's gotten a little better, but he's still hard to listen to. I'm close to turning down the sound. I told you last week.
Yeah, but that's on a sports level, just on a regular.
Okay, but he's just struggling to find.
Can't he just find a
his
girl?
Place? Yeah.
Find a girl, settle down. Isn't that the name of a song? Find a girl, settle down.
I don't know. Sounds like a country song.
No, it's not.
Yeah?
I don't know.
This is an email from Jules from Tacoma,
I'm going to give
Washington.
him up for adoption.
You're going to give him up for adoption?
Yes, he was part of our family.
Oh, he was. Oh, that's true.
Remember?
What happened to Hazel?
Hazel is in the doghouse. She's just whatever. She made her appearance, and she's just had a cameo today.
All right. Okay, Jules says there's a lot of uproar over the fact Jeff Bezos funded Melania Trump's documentary. Are you okay with this or have a problem? Okay, so we haven't seen the documentary because it's in theaters only. And it's
Not
not
that we
one,
don't go to the movies.
no,
we
but
haven't.
it's
just
not one
open.
that we would go out of our way to see if
No.
it were up on, I don't know, it's going to be on Amazon pretty
Probably
soon,
tomorrow.
I guess. If it were available this past Saturday night, I think I would have checked it out. Maybe we wouldn't have lasted because it has gotten annihilated by the reviewers.
Oh my God.
Just absolutely
Well,
devastated.
Brett Ratner, who's come out of
Yeah.
his exile because he had many problems with, Hollywood, and they threw him out.
Yeah.
Now he's very close with Trump, and because of that, Trump has brought him back into the light again with Larry Ellison, and everybody is together. And so you make this video about Melania, but I'm not surprised that Jeff Bezos would fund it because he's good friends with Trump.
Okay.
So I don't know why.
And Brett Ratner, is he an ally?
He's
or?
friends with them. They hang out at Mar-Lago, and
Yeah, he
he's
lived
always,
at Mar-Lago
doing this
shooting
for
video.
8 weeks. But he was friends with him
Okay.
before that. So, but it's just gotten panned. It said if you want to just watch someone walk in and out of shots, she's walking in and out of shots with different outfits on, and I don't know. It's a very sad state of affair.
Okay, but
me.
am I surprised that they did the documentary? No, she's twice first lady.
But she's not the first one that they did documentaries.
No, I
about.
mean
They
they've
did
done.
the documentary
Okay, but
about
that's my point. That
every first lady practically.
Yeah. Okay. So Obama's wife, to me, has become more famous than Obama in many ways. More of a powerhouse
Michelle,
than
well,
Obama.
But this, to me, that she is the second time first lady, is proof that anything in America, you could do anything in America. That's really, there is no way in this world when she was on QVC hawking her jewelry, or when she was a quasi-model, because she really was never a supermodel in the sense of Cindy Crawford and those women.
Yeah, but she's pretty.
Right, but she was never a supermodel. She was
I
never,
get it.
she never was she a supermodel.
Yeah.
She was more of an escort-y kind of supermodel. But how she could ever be in the White House is just, it's like craziness.
Okay, but
Anything in America is possible.
Okay, people would say that about Donald Trump getting elected in the first place.
Yeah, but I could see him more because he was in the world of business and he owned all those, Trump Tower, and he's the biggest realtor mogul in the world, basically, at one point.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's the first lady 2 times, it blows your mind when you really have to think about it.
Well, again, we haven't watched it, but the reviewers say she comes off as vapid and sort of empty-headed and...
But I don't really have to even watch the documentary to say this is the craziest thing could ever happen, is that she's the first lady. That's me.
Yeah, I have to go back and examine a lot of the
You
first
don't
ladies.
examine
Well, how they
Dolly
got to where
Madison.
they-
Let's see, Dolly Madison versus, or Mary Todd Lincoln
Okay.
versus Melania, or
Although
Hillary Clinton.
Mary Todd Lincoln had a bad end to her life. She kind of lost it. And,
Okay, she
Right.
ended up in the insane asylum.
I think she
Yeah.
did.
But
I
I'm
hate
just saying,
that term, but yeah.
Jackie O
Oh,
versus Melania.
okay. You got me on that one.
I mean, seriously.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
I mean, she might be the strongest first lady of all time.
Mrs. Reagan,
No, that's Nancy
you know,
Reagan. That's a good one.
Mrs. Ford. These
No,
are
that's a
people
good
that
one.
are
You got me there.
social,
Yeah. Okay.
that this is anything in America is
All
possible.
right. But when
so.
it does stream, hopefully
Yeah,
for
I'd
free.
watch it. I would watch
Okay,
it.
you got to watch it just to check it out.
Yes, I would.
And I don't trust movie reviewers.
No, I
You
never
know,
take
they
movie
might
reviewers as their...
be Trump haters, and so they're just going to sledgehammer this.
But I just don't think that this is going to be up there with Casablanca
No, it's not going to be up there with
or the
Casablanca.
making of Jaws.
No, that's true. Okay, this is Angel, or maybe Angel from Philadelphia. We'll go with Angel.
I like Philly.
Okay. Don Lemon was arrested by federal agents in LA because the Trump administration reportedly was targeting him over his coverage of the Minnesota ICE protest. Skip, as a journalist, and a writer who spoke your truth. Do you feel politics should be in control of a journalist's quote-unquote voice? Well, obviously, I do not. And do you feel we're moving in a direction where free speech no longer exists? Yeah, Angel. We are alarmingly edging in that direction. We're edging. We're not there yet. But look, I've said this before. There's some things about Donald Trump I do respect and admire because he has good to him and he has not so good to him, and I've detailed all of the above. And I've been very torn about him from the start. I wasn't devastated that he got elected because I thought he was a little better candidate than his opposition this past election. But I said the day he got elected on my podcast that I never could understand why he has to stoop to fire back at his critics, because whether you like Donald Trump or not, you have to admit he's an amazing human being. What he has achieved coming from where he came from with no particular political background and the way he just took over this country and got reelected, and now there's talk that he wants to abolish laws and be forever president, right? Yeah. Okay, I do respect his rise. That's what I respect. But I don't respect that he stoops for these pissing matches with skunks, as they say. And he doesn't need to fire back at the late night talk show hosts who don't like him. They're all
But the problem is he wants to control every aspect of the world. So he wants to control entertainment, and he wants to, if anybody talks about him, he's going to fire them. You can't. That's why we live in America. That's why his wife is the first lady.
That's called freedom of speech.
Right.
So then we get to the Don Lemon episode, and this is just me. I watched the video, every video I could find, of what happened in the church in Minneapolis. That's not journalism to me. That's a publicity stunt by Don Lemon just to get clicks, where they're going to walk into the middle of a church service and just disrupt it and derail it. And his arrest warrant said that he was menacing and threatening to the parishioners there. He just stopped the service. Well, and it's, what do they call it? I think I wrote it down. Yeah, it's called interfering with religious freedom. Well, that is exactly what you're doing, and I don't have any respect for that. Journalism would have been. They said that one of the pastors of the church, not the one presiding that day, but one of the pastors worked for ICE. Maybe pastoring was a part-time job or ICE was a part-time job. I have no idea. But journalism would be to go find that guy and interview that guy about how he can be a pastor and also work for ICE. That's journalism. And if you want to, quote-unquote, out him or put all this into some very negative perspective, that's journalism. But walking in and trying to upstage the service and trying to ridicule it as led by at least one pastor who works for ICE is just a publicity stunt. And I can't respect that, and I understand that that's an arrestable offense.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't do that. Okay, so now we get to the bigger picture of all the protests against ICE. Okay, help me out here. One of his main platform policies was, for Donald Trump to get elected, was, I'm going to rid this country of those who are here illegally, right? I'm going to deport them. I'm going to do this. Well, he got elected, and as I recall, it was by a significant margin, right?
Yes.
Okay, so all those people who voted for him, clearly they're counting on him to come through with his campaign promise of, I'm going to rid the country of people who came in illegally and are here illegally.
Yeah, but the way he's doing it,
Okay,
you have to be afraid to
All right,
walk out your door
I understand.
if you.
I got that. I don't want to see anybody die, but obviously, if you're going to go try to round these people up, it's not simple to do.
Right.
And it's going to require some pretty harsh authority, because you can't knock on somebody's door and say, hey, you're not a U.S. citizen. Could you please, at your leisure, could you leave the country as soon as possible?
Well,
just as soon as possible, at your convenience. Could you leave?
Right, but you don't. But people that are here and they're approved to be here, they're fearful. I have friends who are fearful.
I get it.
And they are afraid to. They have to go somewhere with legal, something legal. They're afraid they're going to get thrown in jail.
There's no easy, clean way to do what he promised he was going to do, because it's going to get messy, because a lot of these people don't want to leave, and they're going to hide from the federal agents assigned to deport them, correct?
Yeah.
This country was built on the ability to protest. I'm all for everybody who wants to protest, but now we've had 2 deaths that should not have happened in Minneapolis. 2, I guess if you want to go to murder, you can say murder. But here's what happened to me in both instances. And this is, I don't want to see anybody hurt at all, let alone killed. But these are federal armed agents tasked with rounding these people up and using some force, not lethal force, to take them away, right? So they're armed and they're empowered as federal
that's all you
agents.
need, and they're going to use their power,
All right,
whether you like it or you don't like it.
So the woman who was shot, she had already protested by blocking traffic and taunting and all that. Okay, you just can't. They're federal agents. And then she takes her car. If I'm reading the tea leaves right and watching the videos correctly, she is using her car as a deadly weapon to come at the federal agents and threaten them, and maybe even threaten their lives. And they shot her. They shouldn't have shot her. They shouldn't have killed her. They should have shot her tires out. But I'm just telling you, any circumstance we've been in, fallen into these circumstances with any form of officer,
they
police,
have a gun and then they'll shoot you.
You better just go along with whatever. You can protest, you can scream and yell, you can insult them from a pretty near perspective. You can get pretty close and yell at them and protest. You can march and you can do all those things. But the man who got shot had already attacked one of their SUVs about 3 days earlier. I saw the video, and he just went crazy and attacked it and kicked in the back light, and they all had to jump out and knock him down. I guess they broke one of his ribs. Yeah, well, if you attack their... you're just asking for it.
I don't know.
You broke the law.
I agree.
You went and you vandalized their moving SUVs. It's pulling away. Okay, you better be careful. You are asking for trouble. You're not asking to get shot, but you're asking for big trouble. And then he comes back maybe 3 days later with his pistol on his hip. And I know he had a permit, but you can't come armed to a protest against armed federal agents, because it's not going to go well, right?
No.
You're going to put yourself in some harm's way. He didn't deserve to be shot.
No.
But I'm just saying, you're stepping over the line of what you're legally allowed to do in a protest.
You're not going to win in these situations.
Okay.
The way that the world has gotten to this point is maybe a long time ago, maybe it wouldn't have been as that you have to be petrified.
Yeah.
But now all of these police and officers certified by Trump and the White House, and that's their dictatorship, and they're not going to take any crap from anybody. So now you have to walk on eggshells even more so than before.
Yeah.
You can't look at them sideways because you're going to be sorry.
Exactly.
So we live in the world like that now.
To Angel's first question, as a journalist, a long-time, hard-fighting journalist who's spoken up and out many, many times when it wasn't popular, yeah, I'm horrified by all this. I don't like it. And Donald Trump is starting to completely ignore the right to freedom of speech.
He don't
It's
care.
what this country, we're built on. Number one, religious freedom. Number two, freedom of speech, where everybody can have an opinion.
But that's not the way it is.
They can't
anymore.
attack federal agents. They can't do that if that's their opinion. You know, if they don't like what the federal agents are tasked to do,
Right.
they can't do that. But they can speak out. They can protest. That's the most beautiful thing about this United States of America.
Yeah, but
So
now it's
am I
not
concerned?
as open as it was long ago.
And then with the Kimmel thing, you know, he tried to, I don't know what happens. I don't know if President Trump tries to make his point with somebody and then kind of relent and back off because they gave Jimmy his job back, right?
Right, but I think there was a lot of politics in that
Yeah.
behind the scenes that he got his job back. You just, Colbert is going off the air, you know, so it's a different world now. And you can't really be, there is freedom of speech, but you really have to watch what you say, especially if you're in the public eye.
Yeah. All right, one more President Trump related
Oh,
question.
God, no, what
Just one
now?
more. This is from Jennifer from El Paso. I love El Paso.
Yes.
Sydney Sweeney, our favorite, recently spoke about being MAGA Barbie. But as expected, she reversed field soon after and tried to distance herself from that sort of label. With how dedicated and passionate MAGA is, do you think Sweeney should embrace the MAGA that loves her? Okay.
Well, the MAGA that loves her
She says
are
she's
buying
not
the
political,
jeans.
that she's apolitical. That's okay. Yes. Well, Trump endorsed her
Right.
controversial ad,
Yeah.
right?
So I'm sure a lot of his followers
I'm sure.
said, "What the heck?
Oh.
I'm going to buy those jeans." I mean, I buy those jeans way before she was in
Exactly.
an ad.
All right. Yeah.
So I
Then she gains a bunch of weight
Mm-hmm.
on purpose to play a lesbian boxer in the movie Christie.
right.
And the gay
Did not
community
do
is
well.
up in arms because she's not gay and she's playing gay.
Right.
And it did not work for
No.
them or for the audience because very few people saw it.
No.
It bombed,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so the next thing I know, Sydney Sweeney is climbing up on the Hollywood sign out here in Southern California
Yes,
to
made the
promote
news.
her new, what is it, a bra line?
Lingerie,
Lingerie,
bra.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I think
And-
competing with Skims, Kim
Okay.
Kardashian's line.
So she had clearance to shoot in front of the Hollywood sign. She got
right. You could shoot in front of the
yes,
Hollywood
from
sign.
the Chamber of Commerce,
Yeah.
wherever you have to get that from, right? The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I think it is.
Yeah.
But it's against the law
You
to
can't
climb up
climb
on
up
the
those
sign to shoot your
letters,
video,
no.
okay? And she did that, and it's an arrestable offense, and then I didn't ever hear anything more from
They
it. so-
didn't arrest her.
Okay.
It was, especially
Okay.
those cops. If she's there and she's
Yeah.
probably in a low cut blouse and bra,
I
they're
guess
not
so.
arresting her. They're saying, "Can I have your autograph
Yeah, you're probably
for my
right.
daughter, whose name is Bill?"
Or for them.
That's his daughter named
Oh,
Bill. Get
okay.
it?
Oh,
okay.
oh, I see. You got me.
Takes him a while, but yeah,
You're way ahead of me.
yeah.
Okay, so
Trump would get her out of jail fast. Don't
he
worry.
probably would. So, what, Sydney, do you want? Do you want to grow a new fan base that might come see different kinds of movies, more right-wingish kind of?
Well, she was just in that movie with Amanda Seyfried, who they made that horror movie together, and now they're making a second one together.
Okay.
Her big break was Euphoria.
Yeah.
So from there,
Didn't watch it.
no, but everyone knows her from that, and now she's just taken. She's got a voluptuous body, which now kind of precedes her.
Yes, it does.
So that's what this all is built on.
Okay, but now she's distancing herself from MAGA, saying she's not political. Well, then you just have to this is just me. You have to be who are you? It's not who you want to be. Who are you? You have to be who you are.
Yeah.
I just don't like fake. I don't like
Well,
phony.
I think she's probably trying to figure it out.
I don't like posers. I don't, if she wants to fake MAGA Barbie to try to grow a new audience, it's out there. If that's how you want to do it. Or do you want to just do it on your own art? Do you want to do it just on your ability to act or your ability to sell?
She can sell a lot.
Yeah?
I'm
Okay.
sure her bras are going to sell.
Okay. All right.
She got the power.
So, speaking of acting, it is time for Skip and Ernestine to go to the movies on the couch because we've been busy little bees watching
busy.
lots.
Busy. Work.
We watched that.
Uh-huh.
We started
Work.
watching Blazing Saddles. I know you just laugh at us.
I don't care. I don't have to apologize for watching
I
Blazing
know,
Saddles.
I
One
know
of the
some of
best
the younger
movies
viewers
ever.
right now are saying, "What are you doing?
Oh, please.
Try
you know
it."
this younger viewer
try it.
thing. I can't
Okay,
take
well,
when
I
you
just
say
know.
that. Everybody, I don't care how old you are, everyone knows about things, even if it was way before them. People are aware of things.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
Blazing Saddles is one of the best movies ever made, whether you're 12 years old
It's
or you're
just-
120.
It just
And if someone
hits.
has not
It's
seen it,
about
they
a
should watch it.
98% hit on both the comedic scale and the satire scale, and is so ahead of its time on racial injustice.
It's just everything.
Just
It's just one of the
unbelievably
funniest movies.
good and
Clever. Oh.
inspired and clever and creative.
I don't know how someone can write that.
Again, this isn't a spoiler alert because the movie was made in 1974. So
Right. But if some people haven't seen
but
it.
the point is, on Blazing Saddles, we get to the crescendo shootout fight scene on Main Street of a fake Red Rock, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they've built a fake town.
Right.
And they have this big battle. And they're fighting, and you're like, wonder how Mel Brooks is going to end this one. How are we going to get out? Are they just going to whip all the bad guys
Right.
in the street?
The good against the
And
bad.
then it's going to be happily ever
Right.
after? And instead, the fight spills through the fake storefronts across he pulls way back, and you can see the Warner Brothers movie lot here in Southern California in Culver City. And they're fighting through the trees and through
you
the
see the
bushes,
neighborhood and
they're fake neighborhoods,
Yeah.
but they're for other shows. They're fighting through neighborhoods built for other
TV
sitcoms
shows,
or
yeah.
whatever, and then they fight all the way. This whole big gang fight
Goes
spills
into
into
the
the commissary,
of-
and there's a Heil Hitler
It's just-
there, right?
it's
It's just craziness.
You have to watch it.
Yeah, and it then spills through into Dom DeLuise's set, and they're making a musical.
Like a 42nd Street kind of old 40s musical.
Yeah, and they
But
just
it
completely
keeps going
disrupt
on
it
and on
and
and
turn
on.
it upside down. And then it spills into the streets of Culver City.
In front of the studio.
In front of the studio. And
The cars are going by and the traffic.
and it ends with the stars of the movie.
Well, you're going to tell the end?
Okay, but they wind up at Grauman's Chinese Theater, and it's the opening of Blazing Saddles.
So it's a movie within a movie within a movie.
It's unbelievably
You have to watch it.
inspired,
It is. It's the greatest
and it has such a great end to it.
and a great cast. Watch it.
So it's another one of those date night Friday nights,
So
and
we just-
she's cooking.
Yeah, making
she microwaves,
cooking. Yeah, microwaving.
and she got us our pizza
Yeah,
slices.
pizza.
And so she's bringing it in, and I'm just flipping around waiting for her because she has to do all mine first because there's
Right,
only
we
one
have-
microwave.
well,
We
yeah.
need to buy a
Well,
second microwave.
I have 2 microwaves.
Oh, okay. But the point is that I'm just flipping around and I'm going down the movie channels and I see Blazing Saddles, and it was probably 20 minutes into it, and
We
you
just
walk in
couldn't
and bring
shut
in
it
my
off.
food,
Yeah.
and you look up and laugh, and I'm like,
Let's watch it again.
okay, let's just let it play.
just-
And she sits down and starts eating, and we can't turn
Can't
it
shut
off.
it off.
It's too good. It's all time great.
Gene Wilder. Cleavon Little.
Yeah, Cleavon Little is so good in this, and then it didn't jumpstart him. It didn't
He did some
rocket
other
launch him. He
some
did some other
shows,
things, but
then he
he's
got
a star.
sick, yeah.
I would have thought he would have been off this a
He was
superstar
great.
because he just owns this
Oh, and Gene Wilder.
as the black sheriff of Red Rock, which is revolutionary.
It's funny.
It-
So we watched that.
Yes, we did watch that. So we had heard, I don't know who tipped you or touted you to the series called Steel, British, but
Oh, I think Tyler said that he was
maybe our
watching,
guy,
but
our
I saw the
producer,
advert.
Tyler.
I saw the ad for it.
okay, I did too.
But I was
And-
never a Game of Thrones.
No.
We never watched Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
Sophie Turner, who was in Game of
Yes.
Thrones, is the star of
Yeah.
this. And boy, I was never a fan of hers because I never watched it. I think she is so underrated as an actress and as well beautiful. Just not in. I was talking to my friend Francesca about this. My best friend Francesca, who is the dermatologist / knows everything about beauty and everything, and we were saying how back now to be beautiful, of course, women have to get their lips plumped and their cheekbones enhanced and fillers and all this. Back in the day, supermodels, Cindy Crawford, all of those women and beyond, they were natural. I mean, they were just beautiful. And if you were God, as I dated a male model once, and when somebody said to him, "Wow, you're so gorgeous," he said, "Thank my mother and father for that." And that's really what it comes down to, your genes. But now we've gotten away from the sheer beauty and you have to be enhanced. But when you look at Sophie Turner, she is just naturally beautiful with
But
no...
it's funny, for the opening scene, which is just riveting in Steel.
Well, it's a tense scene,
it's
and she's
very
crying,
tense,
and she's upset.
And
so
she's also hungover from
from drinking the night before.
But she doesn't look very good.
Yeah, but they make her, believe me, they make her look
And
bad.
then there are other scenes where I'm
She
like,
is
wow.
stunning. And she is underrated, I think, as an actress, because I think she
And she
is
was with
great.
one of the Jonas
she was
Brothers?
married to the Jonas Brothers, and she has
had
two
kids?
two children with them, but she's only 29. But it is end edge of seat movie watching. We watched 5 episodes and stayed up till like way past our bedtime till almost 1 a.m. watching that, and then we finished it the next night. It is one of the best series I think that's out there now.
Okay, so I'm with you on the setup,
okay.
but it's
You're gonna-
like so many of these
You're gonna
series.
poo-poo me, okay?
No, I'm not gonna. I didn't love the unraveling of it.
I liked
the denouement of it. It's like so many of these series. Hey, I got a great premise that this firm gets robbed by this band of weird-looking people who are actually in facial
Well, you're not going to
disguise.
tell it. Don't
no,
tell the
but that's just the
show.
premise of it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good premise.
Okay, it's not good. It is riveting. The first episode got you. And then slowly but surely, as we start to unravel the plot and we try to take it home, they have a hard time taking it home because you keep saying, wait a second, huh?
I
Wait,
gave it,
that
but it
happened?
wasn't as bad as watching he and she. That to
Him and
me,
her.
him and her, whatever, he and she,
Why
him
that
and
was
her.
named him and her.
I don't even know, but
His and hers.
that to me was ridiculous after a while.
Okay,
You
well-
liked it more than I liked it, especially the end. I
Because you
thought
gotta
that
flip
was
into
really
it.
stupid.
But this has a few plot twists where you say, that's just
I gave it
crazy.
up for that.
That
But it's worth.
couldn't happen.
You don't think it's worth watching?
yes, it's worth
Watching. That excellent. Steel. I think it's on Amazon. It's great.
Steel.
Steel. Steal.
Yeah. So then the other night, we're kind of flipping around and we've got like an hour and a half
Before bedtime.
before bedtime. And I said, you pick it. And your sister had seen the new, it's called New Anaconda.
Right, but it came out with gangbusters. Everybody, it was being promoted to high heaven because it was Paul Rudd and Jack Black. And Joyce said she liked it. She thought it was funny. She went to the movies. She had a date. She went to the movies and saw it.
Okay. So we bought it for $20.
Oh
and
my God.
we almost didn't. We were right on the
Yeah.
cusp, and I knew she wanted to check it out.
Well, it looked like it was funny.
And
And
I
I
like-
wanted to watch something
I
funny.
like Paul Rudd a lot
Me
more than
too.
Jack Black
I
because
love
Jack
Paul
Black
Rudd.
gets on my nerves after a while. But we love Paul Rudd, and I don't know how long we lasted.
15 minutes, maybe?
20 maybe.
Oh, God, it was...
It's just blah, she's falling asleep.
It was terrible.
I'm dozing.
And Paul Rudd, I felt bad he was in it.
I thought it was funny,
Me
but
too.
it's not
It wasn't
really funny.
It was bad. So then we flipped to this other movie.
Just
we love Agatha
took a
Christie.
flyer.
And there's a movie called Murder Among Friends.
Among Friends. Yes.
With Joan Collins.
With Joan Collins
I
at
love Joan Collins.
92?
Yeah, 92.
And she still looks hot.
Incredible.
She looks incredible.
Right.
And she played kind of an Agatha Christie
figure.
figure.
Christie. Her name was Francesca.
Yeah, who has a TV show about
solving murders. And she could solve them. And then there's 6 people, friends, that come to live in this big mansion. They come
rent
rented
for the weekend.
She lives in the guest house or somewhere. And then there's a murder takes place of their friend. So now everyone is a suspect. And then they call Joan Collins in, Francesca, to help solve this. And it was like high school acting.
They call her Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, but I thought that was cute, Sherlock Holmes. I thought that was cute.
And she's Miss Marple.
Right.
And she's Agatha, and she's this and that. But she's
it
going to
is.
solve it.
And the acting, there's one guy who I recognize from General Hospital, and then there was another girl who was on another soap. But other than that, I didn't know any of those actors.
They made this for, as you said the other night, for $10.
$10. It was just
it's on one soundstage.
Yeah, one soundstage, one outfit, no costume change because it was like in one night. I guess it took care. So they didn't have to pay for costumes. They probably asked the actors to bring the clothes in from home, and the one soundstage. It was one of the worst movies.
And
it was funny.
In the end,
It had a good flip to it.
I actually enjoyed it. It had 2 flip endings.
Yeah, it did have. Yeah, the ending was
had
really
2 flips. Good. And you're like, okay. And it was free.
It was free.
No, we had to pay
$2.99.
Yeah,
I
like
think it was $2.99.
$4.99.
But yeah, $4.99. But it was better than Anaconda.
It was better than Anaconda. Wow.
And then I said to Skip, I bet you this was made in like Bolivia or somewhere. And when we looked, the credits were rolling. Every name was I could
foreign,
not pronounce a name.
with lots of accents.
With all accents. And then when it finally
and so
came
I was
up,
guessing Poland.
I said Romania.
And you said Romania, and it was Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, Prague.
Okay.
It was crazy. So.
And yet,
it was.
Would I go?
No, I would do half. Yeah, it was interesting. It was kind of. It was.
It entertained us.
It made Anaconda. That was like the worst. So we watched something else, no?
We're forgetting.
We did. We watched Hijack.
Oh, we saw another episode, the third episode.
I'm sorry.
Of Hijack.
I love Idris Elbas.
Yeah.
And I did not fall asleep.
Yeah.
I cannot figure the show out. And I looked it up, and they said people were so confused, and it's convoluted, and
I don't get it. It's season 2. How can we reinvent this?
I just can't keep the story. I can't. I don't know what's
on
going
a plane,
on.
This one on a train.
He's good. He's bad. He's not. He's good. He's bad. There are people chasing him. Then he's chasing people. And why is this going on? I don't even know. And then didn't we watch Night Manager?
No, I said no.
No,
I said no to Night Manager.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought we watched it. No.
Well, we tried it, but that was last week.
Oh, that was last week.
We already talked about it on a previous
Oh, yeah.
episode.
Okay.
And you wanted to keep going, and you always make me watch them on the treadmill, so you can watch it on the treadmill.
No, I'm not going to watch it. No, I think I'm giving up on Hijack.
You are?
Do you think not?
Yeah, I'm not missing it. You know, like I'm not excited to see what's
I wish
next.
I could call him and ask him what this is about.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know. He
Probably
said,
say,
I
"I
did
don't
it for
know."
the money. All right? They pay me a lot of money. Okay. This is Nico from Charlotte, North Carolina. The Winter Olympics are about to start. Do you like the summer or the Winter Olympics more, or do you not care or watch either one?
Growing up, I lived for the Olympics. We watched it as a family. It was very family.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was family destination watching. It was a big deal.
Good point.
Mark Spitz back in the day, and all these great gymnasts, and Dorothy Hamill, and you knew who these Olympians were.
Yeah.
Kind of lost it over the years, and I don't watch it at all anymore. You have lived through many Olympics as covering them.
Many Olympics, summer and many Winter Olympics, most notably Lake Placid in 1980. I still
Wow.
have a T-shirt that says, I survived the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid.
Wow.
Because it was a miserable experience. For the media, these are miserable because it's cold and snowing, and the transportation around to the venues is impossibly bad.
Man.
Okay, so nobody cares. Nobody cared about that. But I also did one in what was then Yugoslavia in Sarajevo.
Wow. That's probably the next place they were going to make the movie with Joan Collins.
Well, it was beautiful, beautiful city. It was
Really?
about to be in rubble because it was about to be war torn.
Oh,
But we stayed in public housing that was brand new, but it was
like barracks?
barracks
Oh,
with no shower curtains. That's what I always remember.
Oh.
No shower curtains, so you'd get in the shower and it would just
Oh,
fill the bathroom
God.
with water because it would splash everywhere.
Oh.
I don't know, but nobody cares about that. Oh, you get to go to the Winter Olympics.
Right.
But it was just hard, long, grueling, hard. And obviously, I'm more attracted to the Summer Olympics because we know the events, because we grew up with the events,
Right.
and most of the other things we don't grow up with unless you live where you can snow ski. But all the ice events and it's all new, and so I think there's more fascination with the Winter Olympics because it's curling. You know, who
Right.
curls except up in Canada? But to watch curling, because it's so new and different, I think families would sit and watch curling. But you always talk about the slam dunk contest in the NBA. How can you top this? Finally topped out, where you can't
yeah.
you can't do any better. And we've had so many great Olympic champions that it's hard to top it anymore. And they sort of force it down your throat, where these sort of remote settings, all of a sudden they became so commercialized that after a while you're like, haven't we already been there and done all this before? And so it's, I don't know. I don't watch the way I used to watch.
I think it's changed definitely over the years with the stars. Back in the day, not to sound like 1,000 years old, but back in the day, Olympians were celebrities, like even Bruce Jenner,
Was
right?
he?
Because everybody
Wheaties
knew
box.
everyone knew who the Olympians were. What's her name? The little Kathy Rugby. I mean, all these stars, Rigby, they were stars. But now it's kind of like Saturday Night Live. I only know Kenan Thompson, and I'm kind of guessing on anybody else. But back in the day, you knew Lorraine Newman and Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, and So over the years, the importance of who those players are kind of went away. And now, if you Nadia Comaneci,
she took the world by storm.
Oh my God, they became. It's just like the celebrity chefs. Back in the day, nobody cared about. There was, Julia.
It doesn't feel the same anymore.
No, now those Olympians. The Today Show keeps trying to promote it because it's on NBC, so they keep bringing on. But nobody else has Olympic athletes on.
All right, last question is from Sandy from Los Angeles, California. I live in LA and just went on my first ever whale watch.
Wow.
Absolutely loved it.
I get it.
Sans the temperature, because it's probably a little chilly. Although lately we've been having 80 degrees every day. Would either of you ever want to go on a whale watch? My guess is that Skip is an automatic no, because he would walk on the boat and think there is zero chance we will see a whale. Well, I don't know about that.
I went on a whale watch because...
You did?
Yeah, when I
didn't know
worked
that.
for Edelman Public Relations.
I thought I knew everything about you.
No, I oversaw...
Except for some of your ex-boyfriends.
some
but
of
that's
those.
a whole nother story.
I oversaw Eddie Bauer,
Oh, yeah.
and so I had to take editors on an editor field trip, and we went to Seattle to live the life of Eddie Bauer for a couple of days. And he was a big fly fisherman. I went fly fishing. We went whale watching. He was a big whale watcher. And we took these boats out to the middle of Puget Sound, maybe. I can't remember exactly. But you go out there, and there are giant whales. It was incredible.
And you saw whales.
Saw whales, yeah. They're gigantic. And the night before, I had Vogue, GQ, Harper's Bazaar. I had like 20 editors I was bringing up to Seattle.
Yeah.
I fell on Madison Avenue and cracked my chin open, and I had 36 stitches in and out. And I went next morning to the doctor at like 6 in the morning.
Good for you.
And he fixed me
A
up.
woman after my own heart.
And I got on the plane, and I went up there, and I took those editors, and they always remembered that. They put a little Band-Aid instead of a big bandage, but I took them out there. It was incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You would be afraid. I don't think you would want to do it.
Closest I would ever get to whale watching would be I read Moby Dick in
Oh,
high school.
yeah.
The Great White Whale.
Yeah.
Captain Ahab.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time. I don't think we belong on the ocean. I just think humans don't. I had a bad experience in Miami my first year out of Vanderbilt, where they sent me out to do what became a funny story about deep sea fishing on a charter
Oh,
boat.
yeah. Those scare me with
Yeah.
sharks.
And we went out, and so stupid, I ate breakfast before I went, and I just immediately, it was a
breakfast.
rainy,
Oh,
windy,
forget it.
sort
No
of
way.
high wave day. And we rocked immediately, and they all laughed at me because I just threw up everything over the side
That's
of
terrible.
the boat. Yeah.
But
So I just never, I don't want to go out and, I'm intrigued by whales.
They're
They're
beautiful.
incredible species.
They are beautiful.
They're so smart.
And
They're
really
probably
don't
more
hurt you.
advanced in some ways than we are. They are.
Yeah, and they don't really hurt you. They don't hurt
I don't
people.
know, they're killer whales.
Well, yeah, but I mean, most of them aren't killer whales, I don't think.
But the one in Moby Dick.
Oh, well,
was
Moby
the-
Dick, yeah, and the sharks, they're all the sharks, but I can't swim, so it's a problem going near water.
She can't swim.
I can't swim, I don't know how to
never
swim.
understood that.
Well, I grew up on
I
Long
can
Island. I
really
used to go
swim.
to the Fire Island, and I used
Yeah.
to jump the waves with my friends, and then when a big wave came, knocked me down, I saw
You're so
underwater.
athletic, though. You could swim if you felt
No,
like
I
it.
was drinking a lot of water,
Okay.
gurgling it. My
So,
top came off. It was a bad experience.
Thank you, Sandy, for the question.
That was
I'm
good.
out. She's in.
I like it. I wouldn't
She'll
do
go
it
with
again.
you on your
No,
next
I don't
road.
think I'll do it again.
You won't?
I'd watch it from the shore.
That's it for round 57. We will see you again
Okay.
next week, if in fact we're
We're
still
still talking.
speaking.
Peace